Good morning, folks. So today we are here to talk about the Lucy Letby trial. So we are now into week 26, and this was a big week in court. Why was it a big week? Well, Letby took the witness stand and she is giving evidence. So she is the first witness for the defence because she is the defendant. So the court only actually sat for 2 days, but quite a lot has happened in these 2 days. So first of all, she throughout the trial she has become very upset, and was the press reported it as she was sobbing. She said her whole world stopped when she was accused. She has been diagnosed with PTSD, so that's a medical diagnosis, and she said it's due to the trauma of being arrested and being in prison. Remember, she has spent 2.5 years in prison awaiting her trial. Both her parents were in court. They're 76 and 62 years old, and the families of the children were also in court. She was asked how she felt and she about the allegations, and she said sickening. She just couldn't believe it. She was devastated. Everything is just gone. So lots of things that she was saying. She said she also felt incompetent and that it was her fault that the children had died. Remember, the prosecution made quite a big thing about the fact that she wrote on a piece of paper, "I did it, it was me, I am evil." Well, she was saying she wrote these things on bits of paper in order to cope with it because she felt incompetent and she wondered whether she was actually responsible for the deaths. She also wrote in capital letters the word bastards about the 2 colleagues who had raised concerns about her competency. They spoke about her Facebook searches. So between I think it was June 15 and 16, she had made 2,381 Facebook searches, just general searches, and only a small number of those were the parents of the victims. Then on Friday, they questioned her again. So her barrister, the KC, asked her about the children, and she said it was a huge unexpected shock when child A died. She wasn't meant to be working that night, but she had been texted and asked to work. She said that child A became jittery when she did the observations and an alarm sounded, and their hands were and their feet were white, which is very unusual. She was questioned about child B and C and D. Child D's mother said Letby was hovering around, that was a quote, hovering around child D at 7 p.m, but the security evidence showed that Letby didn't arrive until 7:30. Child E's death, Letby found very traumatic because of the blood and having not seen that amount of blood on a baby. And Letby was asked about child F's attempted murder. They put it to her that she was there to finish off something that you started with the brother's death, and she denied this and she said no. So really interesting, despite only 2 days, sitting for 2 days, giving evidence. It's very important, I think, for the defendant to actually give evidence in court. So let me know what you think.